Hey everybody, what's good? It's Professor Khalil Amani, and it's a short video. My goodness. I am taking a real defecation on old struggle doctrine. I am taking a good old doo-doo on struggle doctrine. It's a great bowel movement. You know, one of those bowel movements that everything comes out real smooth and easy, no grunting and no struggling, no pushing. You just sit down and everything just comes out. The natural bowel movement that flows right out of you. Have your sphincter muscle feeling good. You'll be like, oh, that was good. We all know. Ain't nothing like a good shit. Good sex, good food, and a good shit. I think those are top five. Those are top five things in my book that I think every human strives for. A good sex life, good food to eat, and a good shit. A good bowel movement. You can't beat those things. If those three things are working in your life, you ain't got much complaints. After that, have some good money in your pocket. But good sex, good food, and a good bowel movement, a good defecation. That's the life. And figuratively speaking, I am having a good bowel movement talking to old Jake Doctrine, old struggle Doctrine, old Israel Doctrine, and his sycophant, a clown-ass nigga named Hananiah. I ain't gonna be here too long. But I had to make this video because I heard some shit today. I said, no, these niggas didn't do that. No, they didn't tell that lie. That's right, the lie. What am I talking about? You see it on the screen. The word Jake. Now y'all know I just did a whole video saying that Israel Doctrine had a new name, Jake Doctrine. I said that his brown-nosing, sycophantic reader over there, a nigga named Hananiah, calls him Jake. Hey, I didn't know he changed his name. I didn't know that he added the name Jake to his verbiage. But today, y'all, on this Wednesday, December 3rd, 2025, I was listening to these Negroes talk while I was shoveling snow. Yeah, snow today. And this word came up, Jake. And could you believe that the nigga Hananiah denied or doesn't remember calling Israel Doctrine Jake? He damn near said, no, he didn't. He didn't quite say no, but he damn near. I'm going to let you hear it. Now, let me preface this little short video. I'm going to make this video 10 minutes or less, maybe 15. But let me preface this video by saying that I know that I'm dealing with two men who are handicapped. Struggle Doctrine, Israel Doctrine, Pizzy, old Jake Doctrine. Y'all know he had a stroke at about age 44. He ain't been right since. And if you know anything about a stroke will fuck up your brain, and it will fuck up the part of your brain that deals with memory. Now again, a stroke is a terrible thing to have, and I'm not making fun of old struggle Doctrine. But let's understand that the man is handicapped. Physically, aesthetically, the left side of his body is done. It's a done deal. He can go through all the physical therapy he wants, but he'll never use that left side normally again. Not ever, ever, never. Unless the Lord of God of Israel come down and, does some divine intervention. And, out of all the people who have infirmities in the earth, he decides to help old struggle Doctrine out. Forget the fact that there's millions of people who have cancer and dying of cancer and dying of AIDS and dying of all kind of leukemia and all kind of other real deadly disease. But maybe the Lord God of Israel will forget about the rest of the world, and maybe he'll come down and he'll put his attention on old Israel Doctrine and help him with his stroke. I don't know. All I know, it's a bad thing. And I hope he gets well. I mean, look, this is YouTube. I ain't mad at that dude. We go back and forth, but I have no malicious, like really down in my heart. Ooh, I want him to fail. I want him to never get well. I hope he gets well. I hope he gets well. But as of now, 4 years after his stroke, he's still fucked up. His memory is shot. He even said today that now that the good white folks in Parkin, Arkansas, they want to do some evaluations on his brain, and he don't want that. Oh, no. He says, I'll leave my brain just like it is, which means that the people, the medical professionals in Parkin, they recognize that something's deteriorating. He's got two things bad on his side. The fact that he had a stroke, number one, and number two, the fact that he is almost 50 years old. I'm 65, I know. You can forget shit, but one way I keep myself sharp is that I read. I read books. Reading can keep your brain functional. And we know that Carl Albert Davis, Israel Doctrine, he doesn't read. So he's got a hard road. I said this stroke is fucking with his memory. That's him. Now, the nigga that reads for him, his name is Hananiah. I used to call him Ananias because that's how it sounded when Israel Doctrine said it. But now they have put his name out there. It's Hananiah with an H. Got it. So Hananiah, who's been calling Israel Doctrine Jake several times on every video that they do together, all of a sudden, he don't remember saying it. I'm gonna let you hear this shit. Now, let's talk about this guy, Hananiah. I've never seen his face. He's a faceless guy. But Hananiah said early on, I think maybe the first or second video that he did with Israel Struggle Doctrine, he admitted that I think he had a car accident and he had brain damage. Those are the words he used. He said, I had brain damage. Oh boy. Brain damage. So I get it. Maybe that accident that he had that fucked up his brain. I'm talking about Hananiah now. Maybe he doesn't remember saying the word Jake. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he's absolutely innocent. But isn't that crazy? We have two people talking and reading Bible, both who have brain injuries. God damn. I said, oh, Carl Albert Davis Struggle Doctrine, Jake Doctrine, he's got brain damage from a stroke 4 years ago. And this guy, Hananiah, he tells us that he had a car accident and he has brain damage too. Again, I'm not making fun of their brain damage. It's a serious, serious stuff. And I wish that they both heal and get well. God bless them. God bless Carl Albert Davis and Hananiah. May the universe, may God heal your infirmities of having brain damage, both of you niggas. But I had to make this video because they actually Israel Doctrine tried to shoot back and clap back on my Jake video. Basically asking, when did his name become Jake? Well, hell, I asked the same question. I didn't know you had started going by the name Jake. But I heard Hananiah call you Jake 3, 4, 5 times. But then Israel Doctrine, he asked Hananiah, does he call him Jake? And Hananiah said, yeah, no, I don't remember saying it. I said, God damn. And then he went on to talk about he knew another Hebrew Israelite who used to use the phrase Jake, but he copped out. He doesn't use the phrase. But actually it's gonna be a short video. I just want to do this little fun quizzical video to show that I'm dealing with two people who have brain injuries and can't remember shit. Memory is a motherfucker. I'm 65 and I believe that my brain is as sharp as when I was 25. I don't hardly miss shit or forget shit. But one of the things I do to keep my brain sharp and alive and moving and functioning like a well-oiled machine, I am an avid reader. I am a vociferous reader. I reads my ass off. And when you read, you come across words you might not know. I go to dictionaries. I keep my brain stimulated. But we know Carl Albert Davis' old struggle doctrine. We know that nigga don't read shit except the KJV Bible, and he hardly don't read that. So what kind of brain stimulation? But just today, on December the 3rd, 2025, he informs us that the good white folks in Parkin, Arkansas, in the medical profession, they want to examine his brain. And he's so against it. I think it's a good idea because I clearly see that he is not understanding how terrible that I'm doing him on this Bible conversation. The idea that he thinks that the first Christians were Israelites and all of the scholarship, even Google and AI says no, the first Christians were not Israelites. The first Christians were Gentile white folks. The first Israelites, the first Jesus followers didn't know, never heard, never used the term Christian. It doesn't comprehend. So yeah, Israel Doctrine, my advice to you, you ought to let the good white folks give you an EEG, an EEG. That's a encephalo, what is it called? Echoencephalogram. No, electroencephalogram, EEG, that's what it stands for. EEG, electroencephalogram. Let them look at the brain waves and see if there's some misfiring. The synapses are misfiring. That's what they want to do, but I hear you don't want to do that. But your memory is shot, my nigga. And then the guy reading for you, Mr. Hananiah, who has admitted that in his accident, he got brain damage, it's showing also. He didn't say the word Jake probably 6-7 times. And he's unsure if he said it. Now let's just go to the conversation that sparked this today. Let's go.
Arkansas Doctrine or Pissy Doctrine and all the other names that he Jake Doctrine now. When did I ever call myself Jake? Quit lying on me, Negro. Hananiah called me Jake if somebody called me Jake. You remember calling me Jake?
Yeah, I'm not sure if I remember it or not.
Wherever you got it from, I didn't call myself that. I need to get some water.
I know one of my other brethren used to say, "Hey, Jake," all the time, but what did God say? Your name should no more be called.
Doctrine, not Carl Albert Davis or Arkansas Doctrine or Pissy Doctrine and all the other names that he Jake Doctrine now. When did I ever call myself Jake? Quit lying on me, Negro. Hananiah called me Jake if somebody called me Jake. You remember calling me Jake?
Yeah, I'm not sure if I remember it or not.
Wherever you got it from, I didn't call myself that. I need to get some water.
I know one of my other brethren used to say, "Hey, Jake," all the time, but what did God say? Your name should no more be called.
And so, old struggle doctrine on this Wednesday asked Hananiah does he call him Jake? And Hananiah's first reaction was he started to say yes or yeah, but he cut it short. He goes, I'm not sure. I can't remember. And then Israel Doctrine calls me a liar because I'm just going by what the man said. The man called you Jake and you answered to the name Jake. So I just said that must be one of your new names, Jake. That's all. But look at the dishonesty of Hananiah. Well, I'm not sure if I called you Jake. My God. Did y'all hear that? I'm not sure. He was going to say yes, but he's scared that maybe Israel Doctrine might chastise him for calling him a word like Jake. So he said, I'm not sure. Play it one more time, Khalil. Listen to him almost say yes and then back up off of it and say, I'm not sure if I called you Jake.
Carl Albert Davis of Arkansas Doctrine of PNC Doctrine and all the other names that he Jake Doctrine now. When did I ever call myself Jake? Quit lying on me, Negro. Hananiah called me Jake if somebody called me Jake.
Listen.
You remember calling me Jake?
Yeah, I'm not sure if I remember it or not.
Wherever you got it from, I didn't call myself that. When I need to get some water.
I know one of my other brethren used to say, "Hey, Jake," all the time, but what a...
So this slimeball Hebrew Israelite named Hananiah Israel, he almost tells the truth, but then you know how Carl Albert Davis likes to use his stroke whenever he don't remember shit. He's using his brain damage from his car accident to say, I don't remember. Well, since these two bum niggas don't remember the phrase Jake coming out of Hananiah's mouth, let me refresh their memory.
And now they were similar or brought up on the persecution that arose about Stephen traveling.
Oh, I apologize. My fault, Jake. I got you.
Did you hear that? Did you hear Hananiah say, "Oh, I apologize, my fault, Jake"? Did y'all hear him say that? That's from an earlier video. He said, "Oh, my bad, I apologize, my fault, Jake." Let's hear that one more time. You got to pay attention. I heard it. Clearly, he called Israel Doctrine Jake. Say it again.
And now they were similar or brought up on the persecution that arose about Stephen traveling.
Oh, I apologize. My fault, Jake. I got you.
Okay, so that's just one example from an earlier video where this guy Hananiah calls Israel Doctrine Jake. Let me show you another video, another example of Hananiah calling Israel Doctrine Jake, Exhibit 2.
Start over your phone.
I did not come. Say it again, Jake.
Your phone rang, didn't it?
Now, on this occasion, the brain damaged Hananiah said, "Say it again, Jake. Say it again, Jake." All I'm saying is that I figured Israel Doctrine had a new name because he responds quite clearly to the name Jake. So why would he go, "Quit lying on me, my name ain't Jake"? Well, why are you responding to a nigga who's calling you Jake? Again, let's hear that one. This is a different one. Let's hear it one more time.
Start over your phone.
I did not come. Say it again, Jake.
Your phone rang, didn't it?
And there you have it. Was I lying? Was I lying that Israel Doctrine's new name is Jake? Because certainly and clearly, this guy Hananiah calls him Jake. And clearly, Israel Doctrine responds to the name Jake. So I said his new name is Jake. Yet he's mad and would say, "Scream out, stop lying on me." So let's let him call me a liar again, even though you good folks just heard this guy clearly call him Jake.
Carl Albert Davis of Arkansas Doctrine, PNC Doctrine, and all the other names that they, he Jake Doctrine now. When did I ever call myself Jake? Quit lying on me, Negro. Hananiah called me Jake if somebody called me Jake.
He damn sure did.
You remember calling me Jake?
Yeah, I'm not sure if I remember it or not.
Wherever you got it from, I didn't call myself that. I need to get some water.
I know one of my other brethren used to say, "Hey, Jake," all the time, but what?
So I've made my point. No, Israel Doctrine never called himself Jake, but he allowed another man to call him Jake, and he responded to the name Jake. That's just two examples. I don't have time to go. I believe every video they've done together, they've done like 4 or 5 videos now. I believe every video they've done, at some point, Hananiah calls him Jake. I just gave you 2 different occasions where Hananiah calls the man Jake. Nigga, don't be mad at me. Be mad at Hananiah. He's the one that's giving you a name you don't like. He's the one who's designated you as a Jake. And we already know what Jake means, right? Right? You don't know what Jake means? Maybe someone watching this video doesn't know what the term Jake means. So let me give you the definition of Jake by Google and AI. According to Google and according to AI, Israel by God, the negative use of Jake likely derives from the biblical story where Jacob is described as a supplanter or heel holder who usurped his elder twin brother Esau's birthright. Within certain Black Hebrew Israelite subgroups, this narrative is reinterpreted in a negative light, and the name Jake is used to imply someone is deceitful or a false Israelite. Goddamn. I mean, struggle doctrine, you just can't get away from the negative terms, can't you? You ran from the negative term Hebrew. You embraced the negative and pagan term Christian. And your man's Hananiah is over there calling you a Jake. And a Jake implies someone who is deceitful or a false Israelite. Don't be mad at me, nigga. You 2 niggas with brain damage, and God bless you guys. God bless you, and may your brain chemicals start reacting and your synapses start firing. But right now, you got 2 niggas with brain damage over there. One being called a Jake, another calling the man a Jake. And they mad at me for pointing out the fact that Hananiah is calling old Pizzy Piz a Jake. Israel Doctrine, Pizzy, Gwizzy, Pizzy, Izzy, Jake Doctrine, Struggle Doctrine. When are you going to get tired of taking L's, my nigga? That was a whole fail conversation on this Jake thing. You all think I just made this shit up out of my imagination? I just created the word Jake just to lie on you all? No. Your man's Hananiah Israel, he's been calling you a Jake, aka a false Israelite and a deceitful person since you brought him over here to read. That's the definition of Jake. I didn't create the definition. I just simply looked it up on Google AI. And they said Jake is a Hebrew Israelite term, which means that this guy Hananiah is infected with the Hebrew Israelite teachings. Clearly, Hananiah is a Hebrew Israelite, although he's acting like he's not a Hebrew Israelite, but an Israelite. But his inflections, his terminology, and his jargon using the phrase Jake to call Israel Doctrine proves that this nigga This nigga's roots and lineage, his background is a Hebrew Israelite. But he's so dumb that he doesn't know that the term Jake means a false Israelite and a deceitful person. He's been calling Israel that for a week now, and Israel's too dumb to know that the term Jake is not positive. It's as bad as Hebrew. It is as bad as Christian. And with that, y'all, I'm done. I throw my hands up and wave them in the air like I just don't care. This is Jake, part 2 or 2.0. Now you niggas fight about it. Hananiah has been calling Israel Doctrine a Jake damn near every video he's done with him. And the nigga says today, yeah, I know, I don't remember if I have been. Yeah, you two niggas are struggling with brain damage, and I pray that you all get the help that you need. Young niggas. Well, Pizzy's not that young. I don't even know how old Hananiah is. But niggas that are younger than me, struggling with brain damage. Forgetful. Memory lapses and memory problems. It's not a joke, and I'm not trying to joan on you. I'm not trying to clown on you. I'm telling you, Israel Doctrine, those good white folks in Parkin, Arkansas, they ask you to let them scan your brain to do an EEG, an electroencephalogram, to see if all the synapses are firing in your brain. They want to help you, my nigga. Let them help you. And Hananiah, having told us that you had a car accident and you had brain damage too, it's showing if you don't remember saying the words Jake, Jake, Jake in damn near every video you've done it. In some videos, you've said it more than once. I'm not going to take the time to go to an hour, hour and a half to listen for you to say Jake every time. But I did give you 2 clear examples from 2 different videos of you saying Jake to Israel Doctrine and Jake responding to him being called Jake. So I figured he took on a new name, Jake, even though the name means deceitful and false Israelite. All right, y'all. Eyes done. Peace out.